So NLP it's most commonly known as a study of human excellence. In simple terms, it's understanding that how people who are able to achieve amazing results, they get good results. How do they think? How do they behave? How do they feel? What separates them? What's the key differentiator? So that's why it's also sometimes known as, the difference that makes the difference. So NLP is about understanding that what happens at the subconscious level or unconscious level and how we program or how we structure our internal thinking that allows some people to excel, whereas that kind of limits other people, and how we can use different processes, models, tools and techniques to kind of help these people overcome those limitations by modeling people who are excellent. It's fully experiential, so we don't have classroom sessions, we don't even have one particular place where we do the sessions. The program's on movement. So you learn from different experiences. So ideal day would look like that we start in the morning, we have a small session, kind of catching up, we set the context for the day, and then we have some activity. It could be hiking, and if it's hiking, then as you hike, you recognize a lot of patterns, because sometimes these hikes are challenging. And so as you go through this hike, as you trek through these mountains, first of all, they're beautiful. Second of all, you learn so much about yourself. Because if you find it challenging, then you start noticing that how do you respond to that? What's your internal voice? Do you like, I've noticed some people whine about it. Some people kind of give up, like, oh, I can't do this, and that's it. Some people go like, okay, one step at a time. Some people go like, okay, you know what? It's challenging, but I'm going to do it, and they're determined to do it. So everyone has their own different ways of responding to challenges. The thing is that the way you respond here is how you respond in life as well. And so if you find something challenging and you give up, most likely that's the same pattern, that's the same structure you'll be running in life. And so as you recognize these things about yourselves, then we do a session in the evening where you learn NLP, where you learn to overcome these patterns. If you have recognized patterns that's useful for you, then you learn to apply it in every area of your life. And so in this session in the evening, there's a lot of reflection. You get an opportunity to work with each other. You get an opportunity to kind of just let it all sink in. You get an opportunity to coach others. And so that's one experience. But of course, then we live with locals. So there's a lot of opportunities to just model them, just be with them, understand their structures, understand their way of living, their perspective of world. How is it different from ours?
So Nishith is extremely gentle. I'd say his approach and his being is very soulful, and he holds space with all of us, and we're all new. And I just think that the first day he's been able to just give us time to acclimate. He wasn't pushing, he wasn't telling us this is the agenda, this is what we have to do, and he was very allowing of all of us to come into wherever we needed to be at whatever time we needed to be there. So I thought that was pretty amazing. And I think one of my expectations is that I do see him as like a grandmaster of NLP. So anything I can suck and learn out of him, I'm gonna squeeze him like a lemon and just take everything I could, even little nuggets here and there, and just learn.
I was definitely in not a resourceful state a few years before, and there was a lot of trouble internally and externally which was happening to me. And when I read about NLP, when I talked to Nishith about NLP, I found it would help me to get into the resourceful state.
Everybody is so cool, everybody has such individual stark personalities, but in a very beautiful way, everybody just blends well together. And it was a great group. Even our Sherpa, Pembaji, was telling me how it was one of the few times when he had such a good time with the group and he knew everybody in depth. So yeah, I think they're amazing.
I think this program is for anyone who wants to have a powerful life-changing experience. just to share some of the previous participants who've come for the program, they've gone and done amazing things. People have gone and written books and become published authors. People have started their own organizations and now they run in multiple countries. We've had people from more than 10, 12 countries come and join this program. So I'd say that this program's for you if you want to challenge yourself, if you want to have the most profound experience of NLP, if you want to learn NLP practically, not just theoretically but experience it, and if you want to learn how to apply it, coach others. Because in this program, we build a self-sustaining system where everyone helps and supports each other, everyone coaches each other. So when you learn something, you get a chance to apply it then and there. You get a chance to support someone then and there. You get a chance to help transform others' thinking then and there. And when something that works then and there, then it kind of becomes very powerful, sustainable. But also say that this program, anyone who wants to learn NLP very experientially, who wants to just do something very different. Because as far as I know, no one in the world does this. So this is one of its kind experience, and pretty sure that this experience, most people, pretty much everyone, they don't forget about it.
Nishith is the most amazing trainer I have ever met. So most of the trainers have all the skills that one facilitator must have, how to give the experience and make sure they get the NLP. But above that, what Nishith has is the beautiful heart. He makes sure that every individual in the retreat gets what they want.
Yeah, Nishith as a trainer, I think he's very different. He is someone who really strongly advocates experiential learning. You learn on your own. He believes that everything's within you, and he kind of is like a catalyst. So he's not really a typical trainer who will tell you what to do and stuff. I mean, of course, with his knowledge, he'll guide you and give you directions, but he will ensure that you discover and you reach the place on your own. So I think that's something very fabulous about him.
My overall experience was, it was unexpectedly fun. I had a really good time. On my time off, I discovered a lot of things about myself personally, because travel is always an inward journey more than it is an outward journey. And at the same time, I feel like I made a bunch of really, really good friends. So I'm really glad I did this. And I've learned so much. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is somewhere, some part of me belongs in the mountains, and I can't wait to come back.